Is this thing on? Oh man, I shouldn't have read my email right before I clicked the button to see my beautiful face. Good morning, chat. How are y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, former raffle giveaway winner Alan Schutko is here. Welcome, Alan. Welcome, everybody. Good morning from a cold Toronto. So we're having probably a crisp spring day here for Toronto. It's like mid 40s, clear, windy, and that's like Toronto shorts weather, probably. Yeah, I reset, so every raffle gets reset. So I have to reset it to put in the item description, but you didn't even enter. Like that's the story that we're going with. Is like, so it's funny. We'll look at it next time I do one. Which reminds me, I forgot to bring stuff in here for the raffle. So I've been ready, like Tuesdays and Thursdays now until my physical therapy done is like a tornado of activity for me. So I did forget to grab raffles. Oh, but I brought something to open that I will raffle off at the end of this this here stream. This is a limited edition stream, y'all. Just so y'all know, this stream is the special edition North American worldwide release day for January 28th special edition limited.com stream. So you should feel like appropriately like stoked to be here today. I know I am stoked to be here today because I mean it's very limited for y'all to get in here any day that I stream. So we're gonna have to start ramping up our limited edition streams. Like I just feel, and there's gonna be there's about to be a price increase for your free memberships, so they're gonna be 30% more free next time, so keep that in mind. So there you go. Coffee, y'all. Coffee. Oh, Tom Holmesy with rhodium trim and a two-toe nib and a black ion clip. We're just gonna get them all in there in one shot. Black ion clip, gold cap band, two-tone nib, and then rhodium trim wherever else. So I'm of course joking about the Sailor price increase in their limited edition naming convention. So I talked to them yesterday, Sailor, and they reached out to me and wanted to set up a call to talk about, you know, I questioned them on their Instagram. What are we getting for 30%? So they said, hey, you know, it's complicated. Let's set up a call. So I'm like, cool, I'll email you. Send them a list of, I think, 8 questions I had in order to either like get an answer from my friend that works there or to ramp it up to the main guy, which I don't think I'll get an answer from. So I'm not sure what person I would like to answer my questions. Nor do I expect to get great answers. So that's the one thing that I just like. It's a balance for me in wanting to get information to share with y'all versus I'm not an investigative journalist and I really don't care to dig around in people's businesses. But when you're a consumer-facing brand, I think it's fair to ask the questions and to request more information. They can then choose to provide that information or not. And then that sometimes the non-answers give you every answer you need, right? Like we're all smart enough these days to where we can hold companies, you know, accountable. And I'm not saying sailors do anything wrong. This is probably just standard operating procedure. But 30% is a big ask. One thing I do know is that this is the beginning of an across-the-board price increase for Sailor this year. And every company's doing this, right? Like Pelican's famous for doing this, right? Price adjustments. things are getting more expensive. There's things that are in short supply. You know, we forget that a lot of pens are made out of natural resources, right? Those prices fluctuate. COVID put a real crimp in production. So everyone's taking a look at the books going, what do we need to do here? And is it Power Belly 51? Let's go. 22 months of subbing. Thank you so much. It's going up 30%. Well, I hit the wrong button again. Sweet. My favorite button. You know, my wrist still doesn't work perfectly. I just got back. Man, he worked me hard today, chat. So anyway, what I was saying is, like, is it the cost of doing business? Yeah. But at what cost? Right? At how much can you pass down the line? You know, we want to support these companies. We want to, you know, ensure that they exist. Is our job to accept 30% and just take it? Do you want us to continue to exist? Here's your 30% increase. Thank you. Proceed. So I, as a consumer, want to understand more why. Why is it 30%? Is it, like Schmevelin says, is Plus starting to put their thumb on the scale? I don't care why. I care that they just go zoop and throw it in there like it's nothing. Right? I think as consumers, we are owed some form of communication. There's a lot of companies that disagree with me on that aspect. But I'll still keep asking the question. So in the end, is this a big deal? No. Because we're very fortunate that we have a lot of options, right? Cal, pens are a luxury, but I don't have 30% more for luxury. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, what we do is unnecessary, right? We don't have to have this stuff, right? This is not a requirement for us. But a lot of us love it. A lot of us appreciate it. A lot of us, it's our hobby. A lot of us, it's our escape. And when things change like that, it's fair to ask the questions. I'll always ask the questions. And I understand that I'm not going to get the answers that I want 90% of the time. Because big businesses like Sailor, who run through a distribution network like Atoya, are different than me asking Ian Schoen, hey, what's up with this? Right? Or it's different from you asking me, hey, what's up with this? Right? Like, I got asked, why is the wax canvas case so much more expensive than the standard, like the Brasstowns and Sinclairs? Why are they so much more expensive than the nylon? And I told, shut up, Patrick. And I told this person that asked me, I gave them the black and white number. I pay $10 more per case for this Brasstown than the nylon one. And then so now it is priced accordingly. I don't do it because, hey, I think I can get this money. I do it because I'm assuming more cost. Therefore, based on what I charge in the past and what I need to do to make this profitable, this is what I charge in the future. It's cool if you don't want to buy it, but I'm not going to just blow smoke saying, yeah, I think I can get that money, right? I'm going to say, like, I got charged $10 more per case. That feeds into the price. So you'll get that from me and these other small makers and, you know, Jonathan and Ian and any small maker that I can tell you. I don't expect any answers that are going to be satisfactory from Atoya other than just expenses are up. This is what we think we can charge. And I'm telling you, if you like Sailor, you should shop now. And I don't want to cause you to spend money you don't have. This is not a one-off. And I'm not knocking Sailor. Every company does this, right? You know, Platinum did it with, what was the purple called? Shun? Like, okay, rhodium went up. Like, it didn't go up 150. It didn't go up a relative percentage of the cost of the pen to charge me like $150 more for the essentially the same pen. So Elko Pen says, I'm lucky I don't like sparkly Sailor pens. Standard lines are fine for me. One of my questions to them is, does the Sailor standard lineup exist anymore? What Sailor standard line? I can tell you what Pilot standard lines are because they don't do a lot of limited editions. Sailor, it's all limited special releases, and like the black and gold is your standard lineup pen. See, I turned off my ringer that time. It already rang again. So, you know, I'm just catching Patrick's comments. If I miss your comments and you have any questions or want to discuss, or tell me that I'm wrong, or tell me I need to rethink this, like, I'm not trying to be wrong or right. I'm just trying to ask the questions, and I feel like I'm on the side of the consumer, right? Like, I'm a businessman, right? I run businesses. I sell things to people. As a matter of fact, the thing I'm going to open today is something I want to sell to y'all, right? But I try to run things from a place of transparency, like utmost transparency. Like, I've told Pen Addict members, like, exact costs of, like, knock products. Like, we've broken down how sales work for knock. So despite the fact that I do this for a living, I make products for a living, I'm still on the side of the consumer when it comes to how businesses operate and are they doing right by the consumer. So out of the blue 30%, without, put a blog post up saying 30% increase incoming in 2021. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Even if you don't break it down in raw numbers, there's a communication gap that companies still don't understand, I think, with the type of consumer that we have today. Now, again, I don't want to pretend that we are a large percent of their business, and they should operate their business around us. Actually, you know, I have to keep in mind that we're like single digit fraction percentage of what their businesses are, but it's a vocal minority type of thing. It's like, man, what is up with that? And I think it's fair to ask. So I'm going to keep asking the questions. Cheers. I hope that was the intro you were looking for today, because it was not planned. I just started to rant about it because these are the things I think about all the time. Yeah, so Tom Holmes, it'd be interesting to see if 30% hike makes them a profit. Like, it prices me out totally for a lightweight pen like a Sailor. Yeah, like, how does it affect retailers? So now the retailers have to invest more capital for the same number of pens. Do they allocate that capital because they're going to have no issue selling it at the new 30% rate? Or do they take their order of 20 pens, now it's 10 pens, and can they sell those at the higher? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Nice sparkly coffee cup. Yeah, this is about a 10-year-old Starbucks cup that I've had since I worked my old job. And it just kind of keeps on trucking. It's weird. So, anyway, that's, you know, it never impacts retail margins, Evan. Price hikes never impact retail margins. Right? They pay more for the privilege and then turn around and sell more to, like, the math doesn't change, right? If I sell the pen for $200, I'm buying it for $100 from Atoya. And now if Atoya says, okay, now it's $150 that I'm buying at, well, now I sell it for $300. The retailers are not going to eat that margin. The retailers can't afford to eat that margin. Yeah, I didn't ask any like nib specific questions. So anyway, let's move on. Who bought Retro 51? Adam, Joe, and Jeff. Like I said, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Does this help smaller makers become more competitive? Define smaller makers. Jonathan Brooks or Leonardo? I don't think it helps Jonathan because, and I'm saying Jonathan in that category of maker, it's not going to affect them because their business is good in general, right? They have generally good price points, generally good things, and offer a customizable service that big companies can't. Leonardo, who is like a small manufacturer, so I think it's small maker, small manufacturer, large manufacturer. Leonardo, I think it probably helps. I mean, you already had to think about buying a sailor pen to begin with, right? They're not cheap. But it wasn't that long ago where you were getting Pro Gear Slims for $140 and standards for $220. So, you know. But yeah, Retro 51, I don't know any more than I said on the podcast. I'm gonna talk to them in a few weeks, so it would help with the makers at the same price point at Sailors that do not increase their price. It makes the smaller makers look better. I don't know if it's going to help their bottom line because we're still going back to Cal's point earlier. We're talking about inessential luxury goods, right? We don't need any of this to live. So, Pilot and Platinum are definitely going up. I think Pilot might have already have, and I anticipate if Platinum is any indicator with their limited edition last week, and they've already gone up on their base pens last year. Everyone's going up. So we're in the everyone is doing it phase right now. I wonder if importing will become more popular. That's a good question I haven't explored. I need to look at some new releases from when Japan gets a more standardized release, not like a store release, store-specific release. I'd like to see the pricing, and then we can have that conversation. That's something I need to kind of I can hash that out with the Toya if I get to talk to them. Yes, Evan, that is correct. Everyone is going up, but my spending is going down. I mean, at this rate, yeah, right? I think part of the reason why we all got into this is we could find something spectacular for like $200. Like, that's a lot of money. And now our $200 pen is $400. Well, that's a different conversation. It just makes room for everyone else at $200. That's why I'm enjoying my Leonardos and my Montegrappas and things like that, because I can get as good or better experience, because that's what we're paying for, an experience. Like I said, these are not things that we need. I can get as good or a better experience for half the price, where it's not even a conversation. So I remember getting my first M800 when the US price was $280. Yeah. Like, everything's going to go up. I'm not saying people shouldn't raise their prices. I'm saying there should be a conversation about it. That's all. Like, we don't want them to go out of business. I also don't want to pay $400 for a pen that I like. That it previously cost, like, immediate past cost me $100 less, like yesterday. Like, that's drastic. So, does that mean you'll have to adjust what's in each of your tier levels of best fountain pens? Yeah, maybe that's a real consideration this year. Yeah. So, anyway, it's just one of those little things I get on just because I think companies need to have better conversations. I think that's it. Like, I don't care as much about the raised price. I care about the lack of conversation. Right? That's my final thoughts on that. All right, what else do y'all want to talk about today? I am buried, chat, today. So I shipped out like 60 packages yesterday. I probably got another 50 to go today. Maybe more than that, maybe 60. So I did order. I held true on my comment about the Wicked Witch. I did order a slightly used edition from a certain member of this chat. So I did. I wanted to go ahead and get it. Those prices aren't being raised, right? So the old prices are not going up. So if you like something like Frescas, Tangerines, Wicked Witch, any of the blue stuff, you know, all the different blues, the 4AMs, and what Blue Dwarf, and none of those prices are changing. This is all going forward pricing. So I saw that the Brasstown Green hit the site yesterday and vanished. Alan, I told you I would take care of you. I shouldn't say that publicly. I got you. So, I'm looking at my list of stuff I got to do today. So anyway, I was like crazy busy with shipping yesterday. It's going to be a crazy busy day today. Just Thursday's starting to ramp up for me in after stream time to where I could kind of like roll into getting some things done. We have a spoke call every Thursday at 4, you know, that's usually like 30 minutes or an hour and stuff like that. But now this gap here is filled quickly. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more items to check off my list. So what are y'all checking your lists off today? Number 1, watch this stream, hang out, watch Brad rant about pricing. So I feel like I have to like caveat everything I say, just because I don't want the one thing I say to be be used against me when it's really not that. Number 2, go get a COVID test. I hope it comes back negative. I almost insta-bought a purple pen this morning. Donate blood. Nice. Brad, do you have any Visconti pens? I have one old gold nib one that I'm gonna sell. It's on the to be sold list. I won't have another one until they're so the only Viscontis I really want. I like the Van Goghs and some of the steel nib ones. The only one I really want to add to my personal library of pens is a Homo sapiens. And now that they have the new colors, I might eventually, maybe, and new nibs, I might go there. But I don't have a Visconti that I use. The Visconti I want to sell has one of the old 18K. Is it 18K nibs? I think. So I wonder if the new retro 51 owners are here. You never know. You never know. I want a Homo sapiens Blue Lagoon. Yeah. I think those Viscontis are awesome looking. They're very expensive. So when I do it, I want to do it right. So and to do Visconti right costs a fortune. So when you're spending that much money, when you're spending between $500 and $800 on a pen, your options greatly increase. And you really want to take some time and thought and get right of it. Yeah, the Van Goghs get rave reviews. I love how they look. It's just that's a pen that I would totally review and love it, but I don't necessarily need it in my personal collection, if that makes sense. Right? And the really fancy ones, Homo sapiens ones, are $800. It's man, you know what I could do with that? It's I love my expensive pens, and let me tell you, I've bought some expensive pens, but I can't go crazy on that stuff. And this year I'll probably spend less. I don't know who was saying that. I think we might all spend less this year, which is why we're getting a 30% price increase. Way to go. It's our fault. We didn't buy enough, and now Sailor has to raise their price. It's your fault, chat. 800, that's a PS5 and 3-4 games. Yeah. Yeah, I bought one Van Gogh, and that's enough Viscontis. Yeah. I will eventually have the one fancy Visconti. And actually, I will probably want to buy that in person because I still, as good as the nibs theoretically are now, I want that in my hand to be taken care of at the time. So Yeah, I almost said ice cream. I don't know what I was saying. Price increase turned into ice cream. It's a good trade. I would rather have ice cream. I also like those Viscontis that were like the all black with like there was like a yellow trim, a red trim, and a blue trim. They were like a racing car one, and those were like at a better price point. I forget the name. Yeah, I love my mini Mont Blanc Mozart, but it was 700. I remember when I worked at Office Depot and sold Mont Blanc for 100. Exactly. What flavor? Let's talk about ice cream flavors. Mine is the Alan. My Visconti is the Aida. Is that how you say it? Like the opera Aida, Aida. It's really pretty. If someone wants to buy it, I'll sell it. I mean, I am gonna sell it. But if anyone wants to go look it up on the internet and said, oh, it's got an oblique nib. It's got like a right-handed oblique nib. It's really nice. Cookies and cream, out of this world. Cookies and cream. Y'all are really that hot on cookies and cream, huh? Like, cookies and cream is fine, but it's like, cookies and cream is like a B grade ice cream, right? That's like a fallback. It's like, if I have to. If everything else is melted and cookies and cream is not, yeah, like that's a B grade. It's good, but it's never gonna be the A-lister for me. Black raspberry. Cheesecake Factory birthday cake. That's the one flavor I can't really do is like the birthday cake, sugar cookie, those types. But I can do like the pralines and cream type of like vanilla based ones. And I like any of the vanilla based ones, like a Moose Tracks, which is like chocolate and peanut butter. Like I'm down with that. Mint chocolate chip is always a go-to. Like I will never pick cookies and cream over mint chocolate chip. Butter pecan, like I'm down with that. Baskin Robbins has a chocolate peanut butter ice cream that I could eat a gallon of if my wife didn't judge me. Yeah, so like I like a calm base, you know, like I don't need the base ice cream like birthday cake to be like all the things, like the super heavy rich part. I like a tame ice cream base, even if it's chocolate, to not be overwhelming, and then have the thing in it that is like the spark of the ice cream. So that's my thing. Need to take a field trip to Wisconsin so you can get a good ice cream. That ice cream road trip I am in for. The eggnog limited edition that comes out at the holidays. Yeah, coffee ice cream is good. So, yeah, that's our ice cream chat. I would take regular chocolate chip over cookies and cream. I'm not hating on cookies and cream. It's just, it's at the bottom of acceptability. I hadn't had any ice cream in a while. We don't buy ice cream at the store very often because between me and a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old, any tub of ice cream lasts, I'm going to give it 28 hours. It's like a day and a fraction. It is not hate. I do not hate cookies and cream. I will, if my choice is cookies and cream or no ice cream, I'm hella in. Like, give it. But it's never the choice. Yeah, cookies and cream is like Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man's cool. Good flick. But like, give me the Hulk. Hell, give me the Thing. So, there you go. I don't get ice cream in the winter, but I eat it all summer long. I don't care. I'll eat the cold thing when it's cold and I'll drink like fire coffee when it's 100 degrees here. I'm good either way. The Thing is more like Rocky Road. That's actually pretty funny. Damn it, Ron. I crave ice cream more when it's cold. Wearing your Ant-Man tee? Nice. All right, do y'all want to do a show and tell? I have a thing. I'm trying to think, like, what else can we talk about today that doesn't get me agitated? Who came up with Rum Raisin? Clearly a drunk person. I mean, Rum Raisin is someone who ran out of rum. You know, like they finished the bottle and said, "This is a good idea." That's totally where that came from. I mean, Captain Morgan invented it. On a lighter note, I'm getting a toenail removed today. That's just what I didn't need, which is exactly what I need. So cool. Raisins are nature's mistake. I mean, raisins are about death, right? It's a death food. What great death foods are there? I guess this is a bad topic. Scratch that topic. I'm rethinking what I just said. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch quickly. I'm gonna switch quickly over to something that will surprise you. We're gonna scratch that one. All right, there we go. So talk amongst yourselves. That was a bad idea by me. Sometimes I just talk too much. Really bad idea. Starbucks, Jackie. I bet I've had this for like 10 years. I can't believe it's lasted this long. So, ooh boy, dodged a bullet. All right. So, no, I don't like super creamy coffee. It's the lid, and it's got a little closey guy there. It's aight. New member swag at the penaddict.com/members. I run a membership program. A lot of you know that. It's the most important thing I do. It's the most important way you can support me directly. I appreciate everyone who is a member. You don't have to be a member. It's cool. I'm gonna have these for sale widely after I launch them to members. But like, if there's ever one thing, like, Brad, I can't be involved in all the things you do. Like, I get that. Like, I have a budget and things like that. If you're ever interested in the one thing you can do for me that helps support what I do, it's buy a Pen Addict membership. That's my number one focus, if you will. I enjoy writing the members newsletter every weekend. I have fun with it, and I think members like it too. And then you get a member chip, which I haven't sent out in months. They look like this. I send them out. Still haven't sent Ron his after I mispostaged his. Sitting right here with a stack of 3 other ones that got mispostaged. And I do discounts for any products I send, any products I create. Not all products, some products. Like, I've done Franklin Christoph pens. I can't give a discount on those. But like, when I do the Retro 51s, 25% off, like the regular price retros, and all kinds of things. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I worked with Chris on at Right Pads to make these, and I basically said, I gave him no guidance. I said I would like to have the logo, like our logo, like my logo and his logo, and then we started joking around about like members edition, like members only, like the jackets and stuff like that. And but I gave him really carte blanche on materials and layout and all that stuff. So this is what he came up with. I'm gonna open it up here for you. It's still in shrink wrap, because he did some cool stuff, and you need to wait to the end to when I tell you the price, because that's the coolest thing about this. So this box, let me go ahead and open it up. It's got stuff all over it, right? It's a really, really cool box, and this is a new box design they're going with. So let me uncello this. Let me uncello this guy, so it doesn't reflect weirdly in the thing. So Chris sent me, he wanted to he was redesigning the Write Notepads boxes. And so he says, I want to make you this new box design. And here's the box stock that I'm thinking about. And you can tell it looks gray on here. It's grayish blue because what this is recycled denim. So it feels like paper. Like it's paper. It's like a cover stock. So, and it's got like stamping everywhere. But yeah, this is a recycled denim into cover stock. So it's like blue denim. And then we have, Chris, I wanted to, he has some stickers with like the little inkwells, the printer's inkwells. And then dot grid pocket notebooks. Yeah. So there you go. And then Pen Addict X Write. So his new boxes are like it's so he can print like flat packs, but he had to figure out how to construct them. So that was like his goal with this. So we got this is my favorite part. You open it up and it's like, bam, Addict. Give it to me. So, and then the notebooks are just these wild, like massive like logo deals, like obnoxious. Like these are super obnoxious Pen Addict logo notebooks, but they look like, to me, what they look like though is like mini composition books, right? So they look like you got a composition book at school, with I think it's the orange binding. So these are the standard Write notepad size. They're a little bit bigger. Ian knows about using some Write notepads, but this is what it reminds me of, is the composition notebook. And then on the interior, so this is a recycled paper cover. Then in the interior is the standard awesome Write pads dot grid. These have a bigger spacing. I want to say these are like around 6mm spacing, but it's very light. As you can tell, you can hardly see it in here. So yeah, standard Write size, the good stuff Write paper that they use, that's fountain pen friendly, the same type of binding that Write always uses, and 3 in a pack. So I think Chris knocked it out the park with all this. Chris also knocked it out the park with the pricing. So this is where we get to talk about my business pricing and how I do things. The goal with products for Pen Addict members, even though I can't give you a discount on everything, I do it when I can, and I try to make it significant. With what I paid for these, I could charge a lot more based on the deal that he gave me. But that's not what the Pen Addict membership products are for, right? This is not like, I would like you to have the membership, and then if I can give you a really good deal on something like this, I'm going to give it to you. So Chris hooked me up. These are going to be $10 per pack, per 3-pack, and you'll get 25% off. So you're going to pay like $7.50 per 3-pack. He gave me a good price. I'm passing that on to you because that's what this membership is about. Like, I don't make a lot of money off of these products, right? I'm gonna make a little money, right? Like, I'm not gonna lose money. Like, I love y'all, but I'm not gonna lose money. But this is why you have the membership, for when I do things like this, you can take advantage of it, right? So I will sell these publicly eventually. Like, I'm going to launch these this weekend for members. I have 500 3-packs. That should be a plenty for, whoever wants them. You can order as many as you want. We'll see how this goes. I can't commit to ever having this price again because I don't know what Chris is going to charge me, right? Maybe we'll do something stupid that makes it twice as much, right? But I'm going to have a reason why it costs twice as much, right? So I just want y'all to understand, like, I have other businesses that are just like straight business, like knock and spoke. Their businesses, like we tried, like I'm in the for-profit business. You know, I do this for a living. You know, like I need to make money somewhere. But the way I built the Pen Addict memberships is exactly so I could do this when the opportunity arises. So that's my diatribe on how I do things. You know, it's not always going to get, it's not always going to have a discount. It's not always going to be perfect. So they're $10 a 3-pack, but members get their 25% off. So they're going to be $7.50. Brad is bad at capitalism. That is true. I get yelled at a little bit, but you know, this is not a short-term thing for me, right? We just keep building the community, keep doing cool things, and good things happen. Like, I can't walk into like a venture capitalist and say, here's my business plan. Treat people fairly, make cool shit, and things are going to happen. That's my business plan. It doesn't matter which business, right? Like, because that's what I believe in, and that's how I have to operate. If I was trying to operate in a different fashion, I would probably be dead, because I would just stress out and it wouldn't be healthy. And like, I just can't physically business that way, right? So I business the way I want to see other businesses business. There's a show title for you. And that means I can do cool shit for the members. And I don't have to I don't have to maximize my gains with Pen Addict members merch. They are definitely not the principles of capitalism. So that's what I believe in. Yeah. So like, I will make a little bit off these notebooks, but that's not what it's about, right? I would more rather give you cool stuff and have fun with it. So I've had these since December, and I knew I would sell a lot of them when I launched them, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to ship them. So I've been sitting on these, like I've paid for them and everything, and I've been sitting on them. So I'm going to launch them this weekend. I'm going to try and see. I got to work on the site today and see if I can get like a private link to this, at least for the beginning, on the Pen Addict shop. Because you'll all have your codes. Please don't share your codes. I'm going to update the code this weekend. You know, that's between you and me. So, and because then it'll be available for the public at the regular price. You know, you'll use your code to get 25% off. But I want to see if I can do like, I don't know if Squarespace will allow me to do a live link that is hidden to where I can just give it to the members for like a week. But I think I have enough to where it's not going to matter. And then people will sell it. Because you're so bad at capitalism, I just got an annual membership. I am Wilco. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate everything y'all do for me. Like, I'm serious. Like, this is building direct support is an awesome business model. It's not easy. It's not for everyone, but like, as long as I just believe in doing it slow and steady, and doing it right by people and doing it right by me, like, I'm good with that. And it's worked so far. So we're going to keep going it. John Wick, the Legend 420 keeps blazing it in the chat. I appreciate that. The code is at the bottom of refill. So the current code's at the bottom. When I launch these, it'll be at the top of refill, and I'll put in a note that I've changed it. Here's the new one. And then I'll update the bottom code. Speaking of that, speaking of Pen Addict members, you can password protect. Yes, you can password protect the pages. The problem with that, Dave, is I have to see if the cart will translate if someone wants something else, right? I don't have much in there for sale right now, but I have like the Karen Dash pens and the Retro 51 Shibas. If someone wants something else, I don't know if I can do the password page and then that cart would translate to the public page. That's one of the things I have to think about. That's on the list because I probably won't do that. What day does Refill come out? Every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And if it's not, then I let people know. So for those who just jumped on, here's the unboxing. So this is the outside. It's a denim, recycled denim in this cover. So it's a cardstock, but it's made of recycled denim. So it's kind of this blue-gray. So yeah, that's the outside, all letterpress printed on the outside on the box. You open it up, bam, Addict. And then you have the notebooks, three-pack notebooks. Even though I'm going to sell them publicly, I wanted to put the members only on there because I think it's funny. So, yeah. Yeah, because I have a password protected for the Refill archives, which I swear I'm going to change this year. That's on my list to change, is put the Refill archives inside the Memberful platform. One of the other things I'm going to talk about this weekend, I don't know if I'm going to have time to express my thoughts, is membership platforms as a whole, because newsletters are popping off right now. What's on the back? The ink, that's printer ink. It's like an old school printer ink tin, and then pen Addict and write. So pages are dot, very light. Very light. Thank you, Jeannie. Y'all are too kind. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, Boy Reporter, that's a good point. So like the newsletters things, I want to talk about that a little bit, and it'll be more of just like an exploration of, I say I ramble, right, a lot, but it's really just like thinking out loud. So like newsletters are like going crazy right now. Don't joke too hard about that, Tessa. We'll have to see about that. We were going to do like a member, since these were denim, I'll tell you before I get off track. We were going to do a jeans pocket on the back with the label that said like members only, but it just didn't work out. Oh, Brad, I'm going to start to harass you about getting into this too. Like, that's my job, is to help you. My job is to be available for harassment, good harassment, but harassment. I'm open about business. I'm open about everything. That's what I want to, then I'm going to continue to be. So, what was I saying? So like newsletters, like I subscribe to newsletters in different industries because I want to see how they do it. And I'm always looking for ways to improve what I offer the members. So like, for example, I have a private members only podcast. For those of you who just signed up, there's a podcast link on the left sidebar that gives you a link to go subscribe to friends of the show. So we did, what episode will I launch today? 46, 45, 46, 47, something like that. So we've done a bunch of episodes where we just talk to members. I could use some more signups there if we want to keep these every week. My original goal was 1 or 2 a month, and we've had so many signups that I've done them every week. I'll eventually probably back it down to every other, just from a release dates. But yeah, sign up. It's cool. We just chat for like 30 minutes about stupid crap. We can talk about whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be about pens. So there you go. Question on the paper: can I use the 6.0 parallel on it? Does the paper do well with that much ink? I doubt it. 6.0 is large, wide, and wet. I don't know how much it'll show through, but it'll certainly buckle. Like, and especially when you're working in a smaller format like this, right? Like, it's gonna be. I think that would be a bad experience, honestly. So. Koba Thor. Y'all, I didn't go into this today thinking about this, like that aspect of it. It just kind of happens. Because what I have been thinking about is doing a new blog post, like a membership push. I try not to do those too much. Like, I already link it in every post. Hey, if you like this, join, be a member, yada, yada. But I like to do 1 or 2 posts a year for reminders or membership drives or whatever. But I'm always hesitant to do those. Like I don't have a hard time selling myself, but I consider like the frequency that I do things like that. So learning that's funny, Jeannie. Gonna have a lot of chips to send. I need a PBS donation phone bank thing. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited about this. I think they'll sell out eventually. I don't think it's gonna be like an insta gone type of thing. I have 500 3-packs. Not everyone's gonna buy them, and there should be plenty. But it's a good price, and like I pass that on to y'all because that's what I wanted this membership to be about. We may not be able to get like I'm not gonna be able to get you like Nakaya's at half off, right? Something like that. But like if we can do little fun stuff like this and not too much of it, right? Like I'm not gonna have a Retro 51 this year. Like I usually do one of those a year. I'm not gonna do another Karen Dash this year, but maybe I'll do something else. I want to do like I've emailed Sailor. They won't work with me because I'm not a retailer, right? It doesn't matter if I can meet every quantity that they ask for. It doesn't matter if I can write Sailor a check or not. They just won't work with me. But I would like to do like one high-end product just to have. Honestly, I told Mike about this idea. And Mike's right. It's like, I do it because I want the pen, right? If I can do like 20 expensive pens, I'll get the one that I want. And maybe some other people will want it too. So I could do a retro. I'm taking a time off. Taking a year off from that. Just because they've released so much, I don't like to pile on. Do a Kaweco. That's actually on the table because they've opened up their goods. I still want to do a pencil. Like, I want to do all kinds of things. But I don't want to do too many things, right? It's a balance. So that's what I really try to focus on is like, I'm going to keep doing the stuff, but I'm never going to try to do too much stuff, right? Like those who have followed me a long time know I talk about the ask a lot, right? You can't ask for too much. Why not work with a retailer to make your Sailor? That's a thought that has been mentioned. So we'll see. Limited edition yarn color? Could be. I'm game for that. On the lower end, what about a Lamy or Twisby? I wonder if Twisby... I've never approached Twisby. TPA yarn. Y'all have so many cool yarns already. Like, I don't know all that stuff. Will the Fodder Stack XL get restocked? That's a great question. I think it's yes. I got to see what size they're making. There's a Fodder Stack coming, and I'm blanking on it if they're making the index card size or the pocket notebook card size. It might be the small one. The issue with a limited edition Twisby is will they be parts for it when they crack? Yeah, like you don't do, like there'd be certain parts maybe you don't do that are more stocky. Retro 51 Bernie, yeah. There's got to be at least a glove pattern one, right? Has Twisby done special editions for retailers or events? Not normally, but they did that Golden Horse one, which was a small run. William Hanna, I bet they would do a Pen Addict edition. I'm actually going to write that down because they would be easy to work with. William Plana. Twisby has a Sweet Tooth one for Bung Box. Okay. Actually, I'm going to write down William Hanna because that would be a good addition. William Hanna Plana. Because that's something that could be small batch, right? Like I wouldn't have to order hundreds of that. I wouldn't think to get, when you work with a small maker like that, you can like, there, like I want a couple of products, like more expensive products where I buy like 20 or 50 of a thing. Pen Addict Orange Theme System Journal. I have been consistent with my theme system journal. I don't know what's happened to me. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. So I have a huge list of things. I think the William Hanna one is actually one of the more logical ones. Pen Addict Roterfaden. Nikaya Pen Addict Orange. Could you imagine? I'd be able to buy like 3. And one of them would be for me, and I'd sell the other 2 just to afford all 3 of them. Will we ever see a Pen Addict hoodie? I hope so. CoolNet, thanks for the Prime subbing. Where's your alert? I have a whole stationary clothing product line idea that I've never shared with anybody. But I still want to do hoodies. I mean, I wear hoodies all the time. I probably do like zip hoodie instead of pullover hoodie. I don't know. I wear them pretty equally. But yeah, I would like to do, I need to refresh the Pen Addict swag situation. I want to do like, I've got the Ebbets Field flannel forms for like 2 years sitting there because their minimums are like 50 hats. I could definitely do that. And I want to do a hoodie, and I want to do a new t-shirt. I hate selling t-shirts though, so I want someone else to. That's one I would not ship. That's the thing. Schmevelin, let's go. You're too nice, Schmevelin. Thank you so much. God dang it. Love you, Schmevelin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Oh, and it says monkey hearts on it. Monkey heart eyes. I like monkey heart eyes. You think hoodies need pin slots? So yeah, if I do any type of apparel besides hats, because that would be a small amount, like 50. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Schmelin. I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, if I do clothing merch, I want someone else to handle it like Cotton Bureau. I do not want to ship t-shirts, like storage of that. Like I'm not full on storage for like things I can ship, but like t-shirt, you wanted more cheerleaders? Let's go. Woo. Yeah. So I would look at an outside partner for clothing if I did hoodies and t-shirts. So there you go. So, which means hats would probably become first because I can just handle that myself. It's intimidating, like the workload to like get all that working. But I would love a Pen Addict or Notco messenger bag. We can maybe make that happen one day. That's on the someday list. Yeah, the Musgrave hat does have the pencil holder. I got that. I love that hat. So yeah, I mean, we've always wanted to make a bigger bag. We just haven't been in a situation where we could afford to do it. So I'd almost look for, I don't know, I'd look for something smaller. Like, our manufacturer is really good at what they do, but they're such a big operation, our minimums are high, right? So that's what got me in trouble a couple years ago. Will there ever be a Pen Addict Notco crossover of some sort? I wouldn't put it past us, but I don't know how that would work since they're kind of all in one anyway now. Oh, ink. Yes, Rewizzles asked me about the ink. I have to re-email Robert Oster. That's on my short list of things to do. Actually, let me move that up to the front. Shoot him an email today. See if we can get that done this year. He's so busy. I don't email him a lot. But then he'll like randomly send me a bottle of ink. And like the last one he sent me, he's like, hey, here's the blue black. and it was like far, far too dark. Like it's a cool ink. It's not the one I want to sell. So the back to the drawing board has now been like 6 months ago, which is fine. Like he's just crazy busy. So I need to re-engage. I will send that email today because I'm trying to make a, did I ever show y'all the sample of that? It would actually be kind of, it's darker than this. I want a little bit more brightness in it and a little more gray. Basically a lighter blue black. So we'll work on that. Spoke Notco crossover. There's actually some products we've talked about from a storage perspective, like note cards, right? Doing things in a spoke style and have it a knock, a Knox product, but in the spoke style collab. It's hard to have time to do things when you're making 100 new inks a year. Absolutely. But what's funny, if I need to refill Fire on Fire, I send him an email and I get the ink in like 2 weeks. It's like, that formula's done. Makes them up. There we go. Make the spoke logo as dot grid. That'd be cool. Why not an orange knot case with the PA logo on it? Doesn't have to be something crazy. I really like, one of my dream products is a it's really simple. It's an orange seed case. I think that's one of the best products we've done, the A5 seed case. I want an orange one. So that could be the Pen Addict model. Ooh, and then I could sell it to members at 25% off because I love that, because I own both companies. How about that? Could sell them regularly. I mean, could sell them from the Pen Addict regular price, standard. That could be a members discount thing. That's food for thought. Because I've always wanted an orange seed. I think that would be like my ultimate carry case. My son is watching a YouTube video on the TV and the ad is 59.51. I don't know what that means. Oh, the ad is that long? Holy heck. As long as you get an orange A6 also, that's a good size. Except I use the smaller notebooks in that one. It's I don't know if I'll have a new seed this year. I want to make a new Burton this year. I have a really good idea for a Burton. I haven't used my seed case in so long, I've got nowhere to go. Truth. Like, I'm carrying around my new notebook is the A5, but I'm just carrying it in the cover because all my pens are here. Like, I don't need to carry it and have pens all in one. Yeah, exactly, Stretch. Like, it's just here with my stuff. It doesn't need to be in a case because where am I going? So, yeah, there you go. But I have a new Burton color I want to make. New color, new material that I think would be awesome. But I'm not going to mention that because it's not even on the drawing board. But if I did get it done, it could move quickly. Because that's another good case. All right. I should give this away, right? New material. Yeah. For the Burton. It's something I've had prototypes made in Thunder Viking. That is a heavy duty fabric. And that I wouldn't work in the smaller cases like the Sinclair or the Brasstown. But if you get into that Burton size, I think it would work. And like would be super stoked for this to happen. Are there any nice index cards you might recommend besides Knock? Exacompta is probably like one of the best, especially for fountain pen friendly. Exacompta and Clairefontaine. Pen Addict washi tape. We've gotten quotes on Knock washi tape before. I should do the Pen Addict one. I should just do that. That's something I could just do on a whim and make it happen. Yes, thank you, Schmevelin, for all the gift subs. Woohoo! You got to use the emotes. All right, let's give this pack away. So, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to pull up the thing, make sure everyone's clear. Alan, do you want that Kurotoga? It's yours. Like, legit, you won that Kurotoga. Somehow it was there. Email me your shipping address because I got to send you something else anyway. So, I'm going to give away this pack. You'll be the first one to get it. Well, I may not ship it before the rest of them. No raffle yet, Holmesy. because I got to clear the decks anyway. Washi, you rang. Beth, can you link your podcast appearance on Stationary Orbit in the chat for everyone to listen to? I have not listened to it yet, but it's in my queue. John Wick the Legend 420 Blaze It. No. We didn't draw a new winner because I actually thought there was no reason for me to think you didn't enter that, which makes me very curious. So like, on my page that I'm looking at, there's a button called reset that says, are you sure you want to clear all users and messages? There is literally no one entered in this thing right now. So. All right, so we're going to do PAX write notebooks. So when you get it, it's going to be opened like this, right? I just need to, I can't just keep opening these and not doing it. You're going to get this exact one. I'll throw some Pen Addict stickers in there too. Raffle, write notebooks, 2 minutes. Everyone's allowed. Y'all ready? Go. Pre-fondled. All right, so after this, I'm probably going to wrap it up for the day because my task list goes long. I need to ship today. I don't know that I'm going to get to it. So, I need to, though. It's going to make for a long weekend if I don't get to it today. This is super fun. Yeah, we just started doing this. I did it on a whim last week, and I was like, I have so much stuff to give away. Why don't we just do it every stream? And then I forgot to bring something today to give away, except I opened these, so there you go. Now there's only 499 packs available. Actually, I stole 5. 5 3-packs are mine. 495 3-packs available this weekend. Now we see who's really paying attention. That's right. So in the chat, Hobby100 has linked her appearance, the Queen of Washi appearance on Stationary Orbit. Y'all should go download and listen. 2 weeks ago? Good grief. Time does fly. All right. What's getting raffled? Your dog. Scraggles. This raffle is for Scraggles. The Scraggles travel well, Mike. So we got the new Pen Addict Write Notepads collab here that have not been launched yet, but we unveiled on the podcast today. I'm gonna drop these everywhere. I want Katy Perry instead. Entries have stopped for the giveaway. All right, I can pick winner. Pick winner. The fix is in. The chat must know that the fix is in. That's hilarious on so many levels. So rigged. She probably doesn't even like the notebooks. But it's just kind of perfect. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Schmevlin, you win. All right, so I'll sending these to Schmevlin here soon. That's too funny. Interesting news has happened. It makes me excited. It makes me up for not getting the friction last time. Nice. Nice. All right, I need to write that down. And I do write Schmevlin. Interesting news on the phone text front, business front. We got our first parts for the spoke fountain pen in, and Brian says they're looking good. And Brian is very strict on the QC of those. So if he says they're looking good, they're looking good. So awesome. All right. Starting your pen. Nice, John Wick. All right. Anything else we need to talk about today? I really like this raffle thing. Do you need my address? I will text you. I do, but I will text you. You can just reply to that thread we were talking in yesterday. Send it there, and I'll grab it. If that would be the easiest on that DM thread. All right. Anything else? Last call before we wrap it. Yeah, we're gonna do so many raffles. It's gonna be sick. Y'all go follow Inkdependence Mike. Click on his name, hit follow. That way you'll see when he starts streaming. Knock and TPA Washi. That's gonna go on the short list too. My short list is a long list. I have so many things to give away. It's not even funny. Like, I give away stuff on the Pen Addict blog and to Pen Addict members. I give away fancy stuff to Pen Addict members like once a month. But the amount of stuff I can give away here, it's actually making me very happy to do that because I need to clear out. All right. All right, there you have it. Have you reviewed Cosmo Air Light paper? Susan reviewed it in her fountain pen friendly paper article. It was 2 parts, 10 types of paper in each part. Cosmo Air Light, I think, was number 5 in the first section. I have not personally tried it. When you say G2, I'm confused if you mean Parker G2 or Pilot G2 if you pull apart a G2. 100%. Yeah, the Yamamoto sampler. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. I've tried to clarify when I say that. Yeah, she knocked that one out. She spent a lot of time on that one. So there's she picked the Cosmo Air Light out of all those as one of the best, one of her favorites. But I have not personally tried it. For the Lamy that takes a G2, takes the Pilot G2. The Lamy Tipo takes the Pilot G2. That's why I said the Pilot Juice afterwards. So it takes, the Pilot G2, not Parker G2, not International G2. Which is why I like it so much, because you can really, really mess around with your refills and get in what you want. It would take those friction refills we had yesterday or Tuesday that I gave away. So, all right, go get your toe. Toe done. Toe done. That sounds like something me and Patrick would say. Get your toes done. All right. We're out until next week. If I'm running a few minutes late on Tuesday, Thursdays, don't freak. It's because get your toes did. God dang it. You're right, Patrick. You're right. That's usually like I got my toes did. I'm not going to get my toes did. It's usually I got my toes did. Right? All right. Anyway, new members, I'm going to go look and see. I'm going to send you last week's refill so you get an idea of what's going on. I'll send you the link. What I was going to say, Tuesdays and Thursdays while I'm in physical therapy, I sometimes cut it close to start time. If I'm not here at like 10:05 or 10:10, don't freak. It's coming. I'll tell you if the stream's not happening. So anyway, that's it. Y'all have a great weekend. Members, look for the notebook launch on Saturday. It'll be front and center on refill. And then we'll see what else we talk about, all right? Y'all have fun. Thanks again for all the support. Please email me, contact me any way you want, except Instagram Messenger because that's balls. And I will be happy to answer any questions you have. Until next week, bye.